stimulus check and stimulus package update for August 7th. Hey everyone, Meet Kevin here. Some are suggesting I should just not shave until a stimulus deal is reached. The problem is I might end up looking like Hagrid from Hogwarts. Mr. Larry Kudlow, is trending this morning on Twitter thanks to his CNN interview saying, quote, "I don't know if there's a slowdown," and quote, "people need incentives to go back to work." This is exactly why we've named the coupon code for the YouTube Make Money From Home course Larry, because it reminds us of the impractical jokers looking for the lost guy. Larry, where are you? Are you at the front of the line? Oh, nope, Larry's not here because Larry's lost his brain. Remember, the pre-sale does end for that in 3 days, and we do have a pre-sale change happening today, so check out those links down below. All right, with that out of the way, it is possible that you're going to hear a lot of clickbait today about the July jobs data, because the jobs report came out today, and many people like to read the headlines, then some people like to go a little bit deeper, and they tell you things like, oh, here are the jobs that were gained in healthcare, and here are the jobs that were gained in entertainment, as if it's even relatable to us. But here's the problem. No one likes to go deeper into the report, and when you go deeper into the report, you find the week in which the jobs data was collected. The jobs data was collected between July 12th and July 18th. This was just as cases were peaking again, and new restrictions were starting to go into effect. Here's an analogy that, in my opinion, simplifies this. To me, this is kind of like you're driving a car. In March, the car was parked. It was going zero, or you know what? It was going backwards. In June, you were driving on the highway at 65 miles an hour. Now, you're coasting on the highway going 30 miles per hour, more than half as slow. But 15 minutes in, somebody calls you up and says, hey, what's your average speed of about the last 7 minutes, the last week? And you say, well, I've been going 30 miles an hour, but I see a big traffic jam up there, and that's not gonna be very good. And they cut you off with, nope. Don't tell me about what you see coming on the road. Tell me about what happened the last 7 minutes. Okay, well, I was going 30 miles an hour. There's your jobs data for July. Now, maybe that traffic jam wasn't that bad. We won't know for another month how that traffic jam was because they're not gonna call that driver for another month. But it's so frustrating because the data doesn't give us a real picture of what's actually happening on a week-by-week basis. Instead, if we want a week-by-week basis, we could actually see that the week of July 18th, we had almost 1 million more people filing for unemployment and receiving unemployment benefits than the week prior. We gained 4 million jobs in June, and we slowed to a gain of 1.8 million jobs in July. That's kind of like going from 65 to 30 miles an hour, right? And that data was collected in the same week as we were getting slapped again with a sudden new surge of cases. The fact is, our economy has a long way to go. Furthermore, our favorite team of 4 highly skilled and professional negotiators, Pelosi, Schumer, Meadows, and Mnuchin, had a very long 3-hour meeting Thursday evening negotiating. This is pathetic. I spent more than 3 hours handing out stimulus checks yesterday and getting sunburned. Anyway, here are the spark notes from that meeting. $1,200 stimulus checks and extending the eviction ban to federally backed housing appears to be in agreement. But they have failed to agree on unemployment protection length, unemployment protection amount, schools, state and local government, heroes pay, the post office. Oh wait, folks, this is literally where we were last week. Now it's starting to seem like when Pelosi and the other side come out to tell us how the negotiation went, they're literally just regurgitating crap from last week's progress to seem like they're working this time. And rumor has it that Mark Meadows even at one point pounded the table, which he denies. I kind of just wonder if at this point these 4 people are just choreographing what's actually happening at these negotiations, and they come up with a plan in the first 5 minutes. Okay, Mark, you're gonna say we're gonna say you pounded the table. You're gonna deny it, and it's gonna show, it sounded like a tense negotiation. When in reality, they're just all sitting there playing World of Warcraft together. These people potentially also just suck at negotiating. All 4 are optimistic that a deal will magically come together today. Otherwise, Mark Meadows says, quote, Trump is prepared to take executive action on his own, We've heard this thread over the last few days. We've heard Trump pull it back, then we've heard Trump reintroduce it. It's kind of this teeter-totter of, what's Trump's mood today? That's it, I'm gonna do it all alone. It looks like they're making progress. No, they're not. Republicans are still pushing for a short-term relief bill, which we know that Democrats are not allowing, at least based on what they say. Nancy Pelosi does believe that Donald Trump has the power to extend the eviction ban, and she actually went as far as encouraging Trump to do exactly that. Chuck Schumer, though, says any executive action by Trump is going to have to go through the courts before it's actually recognized as effective, and that's going to take too long. And remember, executive action by the president today or tomorrow will have a very difficult time, if not an impossible time, providing money for testing, providing stimulus checks, providing money for the CDC or tracing, providing money to the post office, providing aid to state and local governments, heroes pay. We might see the eviction ban. We might see this unilateral wave of the wand payroll tax cut that most people aren't super jazzed about. But even if we get that wave of the wand payroll tax cut, economists are saying, hey, it's going to take the IRS at least a month to 2 months to actually get a payroll tax going. So a lot of good that does for quick stimulus. All sides meet today to see if they can finalize discussions. So let's see what evolves today. In the meantime, get the pre-sale on that YouTube course. Overall, cases are declining again, so I guess that's good news, and we can slowly start moving forward cautiously. We've got a good trend, although one place we don't have a good trend is, according to the Washington Post, we've got certain areas of the country heating up substantially more than other parts of the country over the last 30 years as a sign of potential climate change. Now, I don't know your stance, obviously, on climate change, but I will link that Washington Post article down below. The graphic's really interesting, and it actually shows areas like Colorado and Southern California heating up substantially more than it has ever in the past, which is really interesting, in my opinion, because we used to not be an air conditioning city here on the Southern California coast. Now, if a house doesn't have air conditioning, it's getting harder to rent a place. Crazy how things change. Anyway, folks, thank you so much for watching. Check out those programs in the links down below. Remember, you could get 2 free stocks with Webull. You deposit $100, they give you 2 free stocks, and you can get life insurance in as little as 5 minutes. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for another giveaway some point soon, so make sure to subscribe and stay tuned. And folks, we will see you soon. Thank you. Bye.